All right, the Penguins situation is still undetermined at this point. It looks like Kyle Dubas may be the man out of Toronto. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, there was a lot of reporting this week by guys who really have their finger on the pulse of this in The Athletic and other places that suggest that maybe Ron Hextall was a scapegoat in this. So, Will Graves, I'm just curious your thought on the fact that there was some debate about whether or not they should break up the big three, and Ron Hextall seemed to be caught in the middle of it all and then pay the ultimate price.
I mean, it is, according to the reporting by my buddy Rob Rossi, his colleague at the Athletic, suggested. David said, hey, Ron, you come in here. We want you to break up the big three. And Ron was all for it. And then what happened was the team gets sold. David leaves. And the new guys are like, hey, we need to keep our vets together because we need to make money and we still think they're good. And Ron basically got caught in the middle and did a not great job. So I think it is whoever they get in to bring the GM, I think there needs to be very clear publicly what the plan is, and not this sort of like, because David also basically hid for a while during this whole process. And then at the end, he's like, I'm out, bye. So,
I mean, I do think that David Morris gets painted as the villain here wanting this, but I also think that it would be kind of foolish knowing how we know that that's a star-based team to break up that core. You'd be angering Sidney Crosby if you actually did that. So it's a pretty questionable move in the first place. That's a huge takeaway from the story. I think we all agree. I think also the fact that Hextall and Sullivan did not see eye to eye at all and were at loggerheads a lot of times means whoever's the new GM coming in, it seems like they're going to have to make sure they can play nice with Mike Sullivan. And hey, he's won 2 Stanley Cups, did it back-to-back. He was the first coach in the salary cap era to do that. But how much juice should he have, given that they haven't won a playoff series since, what, 2017?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, to me, I think the Hextall-Sullivan relationship is what we saw during the season too. I mean, you felt.
Oh, they didn't like each other.
The roster is the roster.
They didn't like each other.
All you have to do is trade deadline. Look at some of the stuff that happened or didn't happen.
I mean, Hextall put in a tough position, like you all said. But speaking of the new potential GM, they do need somebody to come in and make those tough moves. Right. Make those moves that maybe the fans don't like.
But you're locked into those guys now, so it's not the big three.
Can you?
I mean,
there are no trade clauses.
There's no movement clauses.
Yes, but can't you?
Malkin's the only one to me who I think would be stung enough by what happened. But I think they all like playing together, and I think they're all good friends. So really, do you have somebody who's sharp enough who comes in on the margins and makes this team better?
Right.
Oh, by the way, like
There's
it might be tempting to watch Sergei Bobrovsky take the Panthers to the finals, only because the Penguins were nice enough to lose to the Blackhawks.
But both those teams, Penguins and Toronto, both had goaltending.
No, right. It might be tempting to watch Bobrovsky and say, like, well, don't give up on Tristan Jarry, except Tristan Jarry's always hurt. Right. So how do you necessarily make that kind of
Bobrovsky was just bad, and now he's turned into
we zoom out, though, the problem is, like, all these dynasties ends, the Kings ended, the Blackhawks ended, and how do you navigate that? Both those teams went, I mean, the Blackhawks are still there, and hopefully they get out starting, with the draft here. But that's the problem with the Penguins. Do we look at them as saying, are they close? Look at the Panthers. Wait, so we spent all winter talking about all they need to do is get in, and they got a chance, and that's exactly what happened with. But when you watch the Panthers, do you think the Panthers are close?
The Panthers are way better. The Penguins would have gotten buried in the playoffs because the Panthers are younger. But, like, it is a matchups-based thing. There won't always be a juggernaut that would have been a horrible match to the Penguins. By the way, I think Toronto might still be playing if they had gotten the Bruins because everyone up there said that was the better matchup. But here's why it's hard to say, oh, let's just, like, blow this thing up. Your captain played every game. His running buddy played every game. They both were point-per-game guys. The reason the Blackhawks fell off was because they gave $10+ million to Jonathan Taves, who was getting 49 points a season. Like, the Penguins' best players are still.
But the flip side of that is, how many more seasons can you guarantee that are going to be like that?
You can't guarantee even next year.
Diminishing returns, I would think. I want to ask you, Mark, about Kyle Dubas. That's the guy everybody's talking about. And you can look at him and say he's a metric guy. He has all the analytic background. He's 37. He understands the new way of doing things. However, he also should be judged on his record, which was not very good in terms of results. So
was it his fault? I mean,
he was the GM.
Is it his fault that the star guy crapped the bed in the playoffs? I don't think that's his fault.
Well,
right?
They had a really good season. They had a really good season.
They did.
Really good season.
The Penguins have had good seasons, and the criticism's always been on the Penguins.
What is he, an offensive guy, right?
Well in the playoffs.
He's an analytics guy. He's an analytical guy.
Let's first talk about
this. But he never solved their goaltending issues. Never.
I understand, but let's first talk about this. The Penguins' job is not a plus job. You're going in with a lot of things, hurdles to jump over, from the salary cap to the aging veterans, some moves you don't want to make. He showed he can go into Toronto, be able to make some moves. He's an offensive-minded guy. which
Wait a minute. What did he do? I mean, he brought in Tavares and gave him an overpriced contract, and the guys he had, the younger guys, were all inherited. He didn't bring it, and then he made some trade deadline
Ryan O'Reilly
acquisitions.
was a good acquisition. He brought in Giordano. Like those are two good things.
But those are depth guys that the Penguins need. If he eyes the depth guys, he doesn't have to swing for the stars. They've already got him. His job is to find the guys to fill in around them, and that's where he might thrive.
But they didn't.
Well, they had
They got
150.
eliminated
Well, hold
in
on.
the
the best teams.
Hold
in the
on. See,
league.
now you're falling victim to the North American sports bias.
No, I'm not. I'm saying
I was
it's
watching
the
the English
results-based-
Premier League.
This
I was
is a
watching
results-based business.
I was watching some footy this morning on the the Premiership on the pitch. Listen, they had 115 points last year. They had 111 this year. That's a 113-point average.
And what would you say if the Penguins had that and lost in the playoffs?
Okay, what would you say if the
My
Penguins?
point is, it's
if the
the same
Penguins
I don't
were
know
an
if we'd be
80 hold on,
blaming the
Bob.
general manager,
Hold on, Bob.
though.
If the Penguins were an 84-point team during the regular season, but somehow snuck in, and then they had a goalie just get insanely, ungodly hot for 4 rounds and carry them to a cup,
I wouldn't
would you
credit the GM because it wasn't his move.
Would you realistically say, though, that they were a well-built team? No, you'd say that the goalie got hot and carried them. I'm
Correct.
saying you cannot just look at the playoff failings and say, can this guy build a good team or not? That's one metric here.
Okay, but I think it's the biggest metric. We got to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Pirates. We'll see what happens with them coming up as they lost another series. They're on their way to maybe another 100 losses the way things are going. It was a miserable May. We'll talk about it next right here on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown. I know what you're saying, but I